This fig tree stood in my garden for a good 8 to 10 years, never had anything off it. Seen something about how to get them to produce fruit, so I'm going to try the experiment. So first off, got to take some cuttings from my fig tree. Enjoyed watching the really big leaves and the shelter it gives, but no fruit, so let's try something else. Okay, so now I've got my fig tree cuttings. Just a question of taking them inside, examining them and seeing which ones I can choose to try the method. I shall be putting them in the zipper bag with wet paper towel in the fridge for them to develop roots. Okay, so I've got my fig branches cut, and I've cut them all just below where there is a bud basically on the twig, and the ones which are thicker, I've put them the correct way up so that the bottom was where the sap was rising and the top was where it's coming up, so they're not upside down. These ones here will be put into water, the thicker ones into water, and the thinner ones here I'm going to wrap them in wet paper towel and put them into these zipper bags, as you can see there behind my kitchen towel there. Stick them in the fridge, and apparently it may take a few weeks, and we'll see if some rootlets develop, and therefore I might be able to finally grow some figs. So here we have the fig cuttings experiment for the larger pieces cut from my fig tree in the garden. As I say, totally non-productive, but here I'm putting them into what was a bird feeder with fat balls in. I've got water going up about 3/4 of the way, and then on the top I've put well, it's basically a plastic bag that's come from some wood shavings from my guinea pigs, and I've sealed it with string and pegs at the top. I'm going to put this outside on a bench so it's frost free off the surface, because it's frosty at the moment. And the idea is to force these cuttings to grow roots on them, and I'll see what happens here in the UK. As another method of trying to propagate fig trees, I've just taken a set of more cuttings today on quite a damp day in December, a bit milder than usual. You should be able to see them down here, and some of them have actually got you can see that some actual branches, little sort of growth growing off them, but still very much in bud because it is December. So what I've decided to do with these ones, because I've got the other two lots in the other experiments, as you can see, but these will be different. These ones I'm going to dip them into hormone rooting powder, and they're damp and fresh, and I'm just going to put them straight into some Miracle Grow compost with the container I'm using, which they're going to share for now. I've put some holes down the bottom because I believe drainage is important, and the idea is with this one I will let the air get to this one. I won't put a plastic bag over this one. I won't keep this one as damp as the others, because otherwise it's not really different to the other experiments of trying to propagate fig trees. So the idea is I've just cut this at an angle just below where a little bud is, and I'm going to dip it into the hormone rooting powder, a good old dip into the rooting powder, this. Okay, so there you go, and I'll do that for all of them, and once they're all done I'll put them straight into this compost. I'll put a load of compost into this container and see how I get on. So here's all my fig tree cuttings suitably dipped in rooting hormone from here, and then I'm just going to put the compost in the pot and plant them, and I'm going to leave these without a plastic bag outside and see how they get on. So here they all are. Here's all the little fig tree cuttings, and they've had plenty of hormone rooting powder put on their undersides here. Just leave them in the Miracle Grow, no plastic bags, and I'm not going to add any more water other than whatever falls on it as rain from outside from the heavens, and we'll just see how they get on. And I'll report back to you and see what happens with these, see if any roots happen to grow from these fig tree cuttings.